When William Ruto convened a UDA parliamentary group meeting in the State House, after Davis Chirchir, who is the Energy Cabinet Secretary, had indicated that Kenyans should anticipate skyrocketing prices of fuel as a result of the war that is going on between Israel and Hamas, people expected that it was going to address that very issue and ensure Kenyans that, just like our neighbors, Kenya would reduce the prices of fuel products because the same has been reduced in the global market. And we thought that William Ruto would take that golden opportunity to reciprocate it to the already burdened Kenyans. But to our utter shock, it is reported that William Ruto told the members of parliament, after they had complained that the high cost of living that has been coupled by the high prices of fuel products is really giving them a hard time to interact with the electorates. He told them that his hands are tied as far as the prices of the fuel products and petroleum products are concerned. That begs the $1 million question. Do you believe that Ruto's hands are tied and that there is nothing he can do concerning the prices of petroleum products? If you ask me that question, it is a yes and no question. It is a yes question because William Ruto shot himself on the foot when he passed the Finance Bill 2023. And he shot himself on the foot when he did an MOU with the Western countries that aided his victory in the last elections. And it is a no because he is the authority. And if he wants, he can revert all the decisions that have made the fuel prices to go up. And I want to submit to you that I believe, in my very considered opinion, that William Ruto is being honest. And why? Kindly subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell if you are watching us for the first time. Don't forget to like and share videos. And on the very breath, allow me to thank all our supporters. Ladies and gentlemen, the number one reason why I believe William Ruto is being honest and that his hands are tied in as so far as the prices of fuel are concerned is this. The demand to raise the prices of petroleum products was never his idea. It was the idea of the international community. One of the very conditions that William Ruto was given through the International Monetary Finance, IMF, was to ensure that he abandoned the subsidies that had been placed by his predecessor, Uhuru Kenyatta. He did that with immediate effect. Number two, in fact, all these subsidies were on the very vital ones were subsidy on electricity and subsidy on fuel. That was a dictate from the IMF and by large the USA, and he did that. He had to obey. Number two, he was commanded to increase prices on fuel and fuel products. He did that. That is the reason why, even after hoodwinking Kenyans, that he was inviting them to a public participation on whether to increase the prices when he wanted to add the VAT on fuel. And Kenyans said in no uncertain terms that they were not ready for it. He forced it through the legislative arm of the government. Remember, these are the people who aided William Ruto's victory to State House. And so he cannot defy them in any way. If you follow international politics, if you move to Nigeria, you will realize that Bola Tinubu, who is the president of Nigeria, one person who I also believe was aided by the USA, is behaving the same way William Ruto is behaving. The first thing he did was to abandon the subsidies that had been initiated by his predecessor, Buhari. So I'm here to submit to you that William Ruto is telling the members of parliament nothing but the truth, because he cannot defy his masters. If he does, he knows the consequences, because this was a pre-arranged MOU. We aid your victory, you will accept our demands like GMO, LGBTQ, remove the subsidies, increase taxes. So with the passing of the Finance Bill 2023, it was over. William Ruto cannot. Number two, you all know that William Ruto got into what he called a government-to-government oil deal with the United Arab Emirates, some of the oil farms from the Gulf. And they paid a down payment of about 35 billion shillings. And I was reading in the Nations that that deal backfired, and we have now accumulated about 3 billion shillings debt, because when they entered into that deal, they thought that it would stabilize the shillings against the dollar. But the marketers and the dealers instead decided to abandon their deal with Kenya, and they went and started buying from Tanzania, because a few weeks after this deal that they had signed, the global oil market stabilized. And so the marketers did not take the oil from Kenya directly. And as a result, we have accumulated huge debts. And William Ruto is looking at trying to accumulate money to pay the debt that we have accrued as a result of that opaque deal. Members of parliament have tried to question the deal, but as usual, you know, they have been pocketed because there is a state capture. So this reduction of oil products, or the prices, will not take place because William Ruto wants to ensure that he gets money to pay to the oil marketers in that government-to-government deal. And that is the reason why he's saying his hands are tied, and he will not do anything, I can assure you. Number three, recently you saw Museveni abandon and terminate the oil contract with Kenya, and they decided to move to deal with the TZ. And I was reading in the Business Daily that that KRA's hand in Uganda-Kenya transit fuel middlemen fight, because Museveni had claimed that there are a lot of middlemen who are gaining exorbitantly from that deal, charging Uganda high prices. And it is recorded here that attacks on transit fuel cargo to Uganda by the Kenya Revenue Authority, KRA, and management fees by local oil marketers selling petroleum products to Uganda are behind the latest round of protests by President Yoweri Museveni, who has accused Kenyan middlemen of inflating fuel prices shipped to Kampala. In a nutshell, KRA has got a hand in the increased prices of fuel to the other countries that are taking petrol from us. And you know that KRA in Ruto is one thing, and it seems that he wants to ensure that they maximize profit out of this. As a result of that, when you understand that KRA has got a hand in all these things and people are running away, oil marketers are running away from Kenya because KRA is involved, then you know that William Ruto's hands are tied. Even though it's the one who is in control, but it seems that they have a choreographed deal that will enrich the government or a few people. And there are cartels, like Museveni was saying. A cartel can never thrive, or cartels can never thrive in a government if the government is serious. Because if they do, then the government will tell you that mambo ni manne. I'm avoiding to say the other one because you have to seek permission from the president. You either go to jail, go to heaven, ama uhame Kenya. Now, if all those are not working, then it means that the government has allowed the cartels to thrive. And the cartels can never thrive if they are not in cahoots with the government. And they are trying to maximize price. In fact, someone was saying that in the government-to-government deal with the Gulf, oil marketers, there seems to have been a huge discount, but it went to the pockets of some people. And so with all these cartels and the KRA and the need to get money to pay to the oil deal or to the oil marketers due to that deal that they signed, and of course the fact that the taxes were imposed because it was a demand of the international community and IMF, I'm here to submit to you that William Ruto was right when he said his hands are tied. And you know what that means? It means we must tighten our belts. For the hustlers who are told that life would be better in the hands of William Ruto, for the hustlers who are hoodwinked that our problems started and ended with the former regime, here we are. A lesson. When given a golden opportunity to elect leaders, let us do so with our brains, logics, and not emotions. And that is my take.